let's slide on and talk about some interesting news that happened today, or over the past couple of days, rather. There was just a whole, oh my gosh, this is one of those conversations, guys. Bear with us. There was, again, I'm not naming names exactly, but you can probably connect the dots if you want to. There's a lot of grifters online, as you know, and there's another notable grifter that was just talking about how the industry is being crushed and destroyed because of DEI and DEI alone, talking about how he managed to get some conversation with the Ubisoft insider, and then another source told him CD Projekt Red are in big trouble. They're doing all this blah blah blah, like their hiring practice, everything is just done because of DEI. And then the co-CEO of CD Projekt Red literally quote tweeted the guy and was like, "Are you stupid? You're ridiculous. You're nonsensical, bro. You're not of this line of logic. You're not of any line of logic, brother." And he shut down all those claims and was just talking about, you know, their processes at CD Projekt Red and just the truth of the matter from the source, the co-CEO, you know what I'm saying, the joint CEO of CD Projekt Red. And I thought this was just kind of a big stepping stone in a major conversation that just has to happen with gaming discourse in general nowadays. But when, talk to me about how you felt about, again, the co-CEO statement, just the situation in general. Let me know your thoughts.
I thought that shit was so funny. And the thing is that, like, I think this is something that unfortunately a lot of these gamer bros need to really come into understanding is that, bro, your favorites are grifters. Like, I'm sorry, but I would not listen to and I don't want to say the word failed, but somebody who's been in the video game space and hasn't been in the video game space for years is telling you what it's like on the inside. Is like, actually they're making X amount of money because they're making money off of like some grant. Like, bro, let's call a spade a spade. These dudes, one, Asmongold literally just played World of Warcraft. That is his claim to fame. He has not done anything other than play the fucking video game. You are talking to somebody who is just good at World of Warcraft, or was good at World of Warcraft, because I don't even know if he plays that shit anymore. He doesn't really play many games anymore. And you're listening to him about video game related shit. I'm sorry, but he doesn't work in the space, right? He doesn't work in the space. Other people who claim about DEIs and woke shit, let's see, Dr. Disrespect isn't even affiliated with his own game company anymore because let's face it, he's a pedophile. Grum's old as shit. His game company sucks. What is that one game, Ember or whatever the fuck is what they were trying to make, and everybody is like, yo, I'm not getting my money's worth, we're getting no updates. And he's banning a bunch of people from his own Discord. Like, you guys are realizing that, oh wow, these dudes are all just full of shit, because that's what they are, man. We've been saying this for a minute. The problem is that the dudes would rather believe these wild conspiracy theories than understand the fact that, man, I'm racist. That's really what it comes down to. Is like, man, I think I might just be racist. It's like, dog, I don't want to say it's okay to be racist, because it's most certainly not. But I think it's okay to come to the realization that you have made bad decisions in your life. Like, dog, I don't know what to tell you, but you're listening to the wrong people. An actual CEO of a company is telling you, yo, these motherfuckers are lying to you. None of this shit is true. And you know what's crazy? That there's still people who are going to believe the grifters over believing the people who actually work there. Like, the CEO has absolutely, and I cannot stress this enough, he has no benefit of lying to you. Like, or not lying, he has no benefit of speaking up about this, right? Because whether he speaks up or not, his company's still getting paid. His company's still getting paid. It doesn't matter. If he stays quiet, like EA and all the other companies, they stay quiet because it doesn't bother them, because at the end of the day, that means the racists will be on their side. Like, the fact that this man went out of his way to go on Twitter and cook y'all is pretty fucking, like, that's damning, bro. This motherfucker signed on to Twitter to say, yo, y'all some dickheads. He could have just took a screenshot of this shit, posted it on LinkedIn, and got 1 billion connections off of that shit. Easy peasy. Like, real shit, because that's really where the devs and the CEOs talk, because that's the only social media they actually give a fuck about, because that's where the investors go to see shit. They don't go on fucking Twitter. They're not following somebody with the YT at the end of their name to see what company or what game to invest in. Like, y'all, he came into your playground to say, yo, y'all some dickheads, and then dipped out, and then went back to his fucking yacht or whatever the fuck he's doing. Like, the fact that he pointed out retention, like important shit that, and y'all don't even give a fuck about none of that shit. Like y'all really just looking for woke DEIs. Like, man, shut up, bro. Just shut. We don't have time for this. Like, let's just talk about actual gaming. Let's actually get back to the real nitty gritty. And that's what he said. And I agree. Like, let's get back to the real nitty gritty. Like some people, like even the CEO of Saber, said that the thing about I just wanted to make a game that is just
apparently
whatchamacallit or whatever. Like I think that shit was corny, but at least we get to see like his standpoint on this. Is like it's not, I don't think DEIs are ass. He's just like, I just didn't want to make a game that made people think. Like that was his whole perspective on it. And whether you like it or not, I don't think it's necessarily the worst take in the world. It's definitely like, you're definitely talking to a grifter, and in his comment section,
the co-opting of that genuine take is just an unfortunate byproduct of what's going on. But again, I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
like it's not, I don't really care necessarily if the game is gonna make me think morally or if I'm just gonna do some cool shit. Like I think that's fine. But I think what needs to get called out is the just straight blatant racism and the blatant sexism of this shit going on, because it's just stupid. It's really is just stupid, because it doesn't make sense that like some of the coolest shit is made by women and by people in different communities that are not just white dudes. And y'all really just gonna fuck up the bag. You're gonna fuck up all this cool shit because y'all want to just push people out, and then we're gonna get fucking the same shit y'all complain about day in and day out. It's so bananas.
Listen.
Shout out to CD Projekt Red for calling that out.
Listen, if these bums aren't stroking their chodes to updates on the First Descendant and Bitches and Fishnet, they're over here complaining about shit that doesn't really exist. You know what I'm saying? There's no war against y'all. We don't give a fuck about y'all, bro. Y'all are losers. We just want to see more of other people in game. That's really it. We just want it to be reflective of society. What ideal society should be like. Different people, different perspectives, not your bullshit. And this is just the general thing that I think, to get back to discourse, we have to have discourse on shaming these people. We need to routinely and often shame these people. And the reason I included this on the podcast notes is this is one of the first big junctures of where actual, you know what I'm saying, like as co-CEO, this is probably the biggest high profile, or one of the biggest high profile call outs of people like this who come on and peddle bullshit and lies all the time to fit whatever grifter agenda to get their bag, and again just push the general bad mindedness of whatever they want. And it just takes us away from actually talking about games. We just, again, look, scroll back a good 10 minutes. We just talked for a good 10-15 minutes about Windblown. Cool co-op game that's coming out, bruh. We, like, people cannot have the moments to just get back to purely talking about the games. Because, one, you deal with these punks all the time. And two, you deal with these punks all the time, right? We just need to... honestly, I'm gonna call spade a spade. It's public shaming. It's witch hunts at this point, bro. If you're peddling this bullshit, if you're a grifter, if you're on this anti-DEI nonsense wave, you need to be called out. You need to be shamed in public. You need to understand, no matter how far you sit on that opinion, it is wrong, and you will be proven wrong and shown wrong and shamed and embarrassed at this point in any public forum you choose to speak. We need to be diligent about that. I think many people have said that. Again, Spawn on Me said that. Khalifa said that. Shout out to some folks in GI that were talking about that. I believe Ethos was talking about that. He had like a whole video talking about the Ghost of Your Time when it came out, and I was watching some of it and just like, bro, these people just talk behind the same, they have the same parrot points that the same grifters have, and they don't, like, they either blindly believe it or don't believe it at all and just want to push it because they're making money off it. That's one of the two buckets that they fall under. And like when you actually question it, it falls apart. But they're just gonna run. Named and shamed. That's all I want to see at this point. If we want to get back to the discourse that is actually qualitative in the gaming industry, if we want to actually bring this to a point where conversation and discourse is serviceable again, one, people actually got to play games, including these grifters who don't even play the shit that they bash all the time. And if they do bash a company, They're talking about games that they adored and is some of their favorite games of all time. CD Projekt Red, they were mad because, oh, why are you hiring so many women? There was a bunch of women that worked on The Witcher 3, jackass. Like, what are you talking about? It's one of your, it's probably like most of y'all favorite games of all time, dummy. So there's that. And two, pushing these crazy, unsubstantiated, like this bullshit agendas. Idiot, like it's no, root it out. To root it out, we gotta be direct. I know there's a contingent of people. I know sometimes myself and I'm included, I just like ignore it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so stupid. Just scroll through the timeline, whatever, blah blah. I'm not saying everybody has to go to war, but everybody should be prepared to shame this stuff when it goes over a line, bro. We gotta be a bit more diligent about that, and that means thought leaders, people that are in the industry, again, just people who are active participants in discourse need to understand how ridiculous this stuff has gone and seek to root it out. When it's there, push it away. It has no place in gaming, and we need to be a bit more intentional about stomping it out and squashing the bugs that are out here that try to infest this space that we inhabit.
Yeah, it's just, again, I don't understand why y'all do it. What I would just recommend, which would be easier for y'all and easier for us to identify you, just skip over the DEI shit and just be like, I don't like black people in my games. That way we can just like, oh, they're just racist, and we can just block you. Because like, I think it's so annoying trying to have quote unquote genuine conversations about video games, and it all comes down to the color of the person's skin. Like it really be like, oh, the game is mid. Why is it mid? I just didn't like the gameplay of it. What about the gameplay did you not fuck with? And
there
it's
was
like,
just one writer that we found on LinkedIn, and that's a trans person, so it must be woken. But like before you found that out, you were loving the game. What are you talking about?
Like, and that's the shit that's funny, because even like, if I'm not mistaken, one of the main writers for for Space Marines 2 was trans.
I believe so.
If I'm not mistaken, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that right there just shows like, while the CEO is saying, yes, we wanted to make a stupid fun game, he's not sitting there being like, all right, show me what you are so I can decide if you want to work at this company. No, they really are just trying to make good games, but not on this weird crusade that you guys are on. Like, you guys are crashing out because I don't know, you don't like people of color. Like, I really just don't understand where all this shit is coming from, because it just, at no point in time did we ever have to even look at the identities of developers. You know, back in the day, we knew the name of the development company, and that was it. We did sometimes we didn't even know the people. Like, I knew Todd Howard's name.
Todd Howard, like, Reggie, and that's it. Like,
yeah, that was like, we didn't know motherfuckers like that. Now we gotta now motherfuckers is doing like the paper bag test at the door for any game they want to play. That's fucking weird. That's so weird, right? Just play the fucking game, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. It doesn't have to be some weird reason behind it.
Yeah, it's just doubly funny when you realize most of these people who are on the side of these dumbass grifters, they don't even have a united front. They disagree and agree on all different things all day. They can't have a single united thought because it's stupid. It's stupid. There's so much conflict and contradiction at so many levels. It makes no sense that it stands, but because they want to believe it so hard, but because they want to be participants in this imaginary war where they're persecuted, they have something to fight against. Oh, it's the anti-DEI is trying to push us out. No, jackass. There's literally no room for all of us to exist, so we're trying to make more room for all of us to have a spot. And the fact that everybody else is doing that in the gaming space, and we're getting more of that widening of perspective, you don't like that because you live in a fucking bubble. Fuck your bubble. Piss off. It's simple. Yeah, man, crazy. But again, more of this call outs, more of the discourse on rooting these anti-DEI bums out. And yeah, just, we want better for the space, man. We want better for the space. Call this bullshit out. Man, they can eat a dick, bro. Anyways, let's carry on, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my favorite phrases now because of you, bro. Shout out to Philly and shout out to Wen, man. That is one of my favorite. Eat a dick.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I've been saying eat a dick since like 8th grade.
Like, I've said it before, but it has such a different potency hearing it from you, and I'm just like, that's real power. It's real power. You know what I mean? Honestly. Oh man.